Back in Milwaukee, police arrested a 21-year-old man for arson. Now, the victim's mother says that the suspect in this case is the father of the couple's 3-year-old daughter and their unborn son, who was also killed.
Can't explain it. I can't explain it. I can't.
Disbelief followed by unanswered questions.
I just want to ask him why.
Gladys Johnson's mother, Michelle, found her 5 months pregnant daughter unresponsive inside their home Monday night.
Why would you take her life like that, and you knowing she was having a baby by you? What was on your mind? If a person don't want to be with you, just walk away.
Milwaukee police say they were called to this home near 26th and Hadley around 11:30 p.m. Monday. Detectives say a man brandished a gun, then started a fire, and was later arrested.
This video contains discussion of real-life violence and harm to children, which some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. This video may include images, audio, or video clips used for educational and commentary purposes under Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act, fair use. Once again, I bet you are wondering how we got here.
In the early hours of January 6, 2026, a tragic discovery rocked a Milwaukee neighborhood and left a family shattered. What began as a routine night became a chilling investigation that would raise more questions than answers. Police were called to a residence around 11:30 p.m. on January 5th for reports of a person with a weapon. Within minutes of their arrival, flames were seen coming from a second-story bedroom. Inside that room, officers found Gladys unresponsive on a mattress engulfed in smoke and flame. Fire crews quickly pulled her outside, where emergency responders attempted life-saving measures, but she was pronounced dead at the scene. Gladys lived with family members and was the mother of a 3-year-old daughter. According to her mother, she had last seen her daughter alive earlier that day. When she returned that night, she grew concerned after not hearing from her.
Family members knocked on Gladys's bedroom door, but were repeatedly blocked from entering by her boyfriend, identified in court records as 21-year-old Cameron Washington. Officials say Washington told relatives Gladys was asleep and would not allow anyone inside the room. It was only after they smelled smoke that emergency services were called.
And is found dead inside of a Milwaukee home.
She's now the center of a death and arson investigation. Fox 6's Gladys Johnson in the newsroom tonight with what we know about the man who's in custody.
Back in Milwaukee, police arrested a 21-year-old man for arson. Now, the victim's mother says that the suspect in this case is the father of the couple's 3-year-old daughter and their unborn son, who was also killed.
Can't explain it. I can't explain it. I can't.
Disbelief followed by unanswered questions.
I just want to ask him why.
Gladys Johnson's mother, Michelle, found her 5 months pregnant daughter unresponsive inside their home Monday night.
Why would you take her life like that, and you knowing she was having a baby by you? What was on your mind? If a person don't want to be with you, just walk away.
Milwaukee police say they were called to this home near 26th and Hadley around 11:30 p.m. Monday. Detectives say a man brandished a gun, then started a fire, and was later arrested. Before the flames, Johnson says the man, who is the father of Gladys's 3-year-old daughter and unborn son, tried to convince her that her 22-year-old daughter had been asleep all day upstairs.
He was blocking the door like, no, you got to get in here. I turned around. That's when he pointed the gun at my daughter, Kayla.
That's when she says she called 911. Minutes later, she could smell smoke while in the kitchen.
I look around. He running out the back door. Got the fire off the bed. I got the fire off the windows. But I wouldn't leave my daughter. The only thing I wanted was my daughter not to burn. Johnson says she believes her daughter was shot before the fire. However, Milwaukee police cannot confirm that at this time. I said, grab her too, and, put her to the hallway, and then that's when they seen the blood and everything when they moved her off the bed. A pain Johnson is reliving after losing 2 kids in a fire more than 3 decades ago. Y'all just don't know how this hits me.
Now to new details in the murder of a pregnant woman found dead inside a bedroom set on fire.
It happened last Monday on Milwaukee's north side. Monse Ricosa read through the criminal complaint with those disturbing findings. And Monse, what do we know about the suspect at this time?
21-year-old Cameron Washington faces 8 charges, including arson, 5 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering safety, and 2 counts of endangering safety by use of a dangerous weapon. He has not been charged yet with homicide in the death of 22-year-old Gladys Johnson, who was reportedly 3 months pregnant with his child. Officers responded to a house fire around 11:30 p.m. near 26th and Hadley last Monday. They found Johnson unconscious inside a bedroom that was on fire. She was pronounced dead. According to the criminal complaint, she had multiple physical injuries, including bruising on her arms, neck, shoulder, and face, with blood coming from her nose. Johnson's mother told police Gladys had been in her bedroom all day with her boyfriend, Cameron Washington, and their 3-year-old daughter. Gladys was last seen at 11 that morning by her mother. Reports show the mom and sister made repeated attempts to get to Gladys, eventually telling Washington he had to leave or they'd call police. Washington reportedly pulled out a gun and tried to shoot Johnson's sister. According to the complaint, as family called police, Washington ran out the front door, and that's when they smelled smoke.
I went back in my house where her body was laying. It was a puddle of blood. And that's when I knew that he killed her in her sleep.
He took 2 lives for no apparent reason, all because she said she didn't want to be with him anymore.
Detectives say Johnson's body was cold to the touch, which makes them believe she'd been dead for hours. They also believe the fire was started intentionally. Officers say Washington fled the scene, later arresting him after finding him getting off a bus with a lighter in his pocket. His preliminary hearing is next week.
Some new details on the death of 22-year-old Gladys Johnson Ball, the pregnant woman found dead after a fire last week, which investigators are calling arson. The 21-year-old man charged in connection to the case was in court earlier today. Fox 6's Andrew Amuzu with the latest now.
Dana Johnson versus Cameron Washington.
Sunday morning, 21-year-old Cameron Washington appeared at the Milwaukee County Courthouse. He faces 6 felony charges, including first-degree recklessly endangering safety and arson. The charges connected to the death of 22-year-old Gladys Johnson Ball. Family told investigators she's the mother of his 3-year-old daughter.
Why would you take her life like that, and you knowing she was having a baby by you?
And was pregnant with another child when she was found dead the night of January 5th. According to the criminal complaint, Washington lived with Johnson and her family near 26th and Locust. Police were called to the house for reports of someone with a weapon. Once they arrived, police say they saw a fire on the 2nd floor. While clearing the house, they found Johnson laying unconscious in a bedroom that was on fire. They got her out, but she was pronounced dead on scene. Investigators noted Johnson had bruises all over her body and blood coming from her nose and mouth. The complaint says Johnson's mother told police Washington and Johnson were in the bedroom all day, and she hadn't heard from her daughter. She told investigators Washington wouldn't let family inside the room, and he pointed a gun at them.
He was blocking the door like, no, you're not getting in here. I turned around, that's when he pointed the gun at my daughter Kayla.
She said moments later the fire started in the bedroom and Washington ran away. He was later arrested and found with a lighter in his pocket.
Ultimately, this is extremely dangerous and deliberate behavior.
In the courtroom, Washington's bond was set at $100,000, and he faces more than 50 years in prison if convicted on all charges. Court Commissioner Maria Dorsey says that Washington has not yet been charged of a homicide because the medical examiner's report was not ready by the time charges were filed.
Taking place today for a pregnant woman who was killed earlier this week at 26th and Hadley. The medical examiner's office says it's investigating this death as a homicide. A balloon release was held for 22-year-old Gladys Johnson. Police found Johnson dead in her bed late Monday night, and detectives say a man pulled out a gun, then started a fire. Police have arrested him, and police records say officers later booked him on a recommended charge of first-degree intentional homicide. Johnson's family tells Fox 6 the man is the father of Johnson's 3-year-old daughter and an unborn son.
Everybody's overwhelmed. There's so much chaos and confusion, and it's hard because they were in the house with her the whole time and never knew she was in there dead. So we're just devastated right now.
Johnson's mother started a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses. We have a link on the Fox Local app if you'd like to help donate.
For those who knew her, Gladys was more than a victim. She was a daughter, a mother, and someone whose loss will leave a lasting void. The investigation will continue as the legal process unfolds. The case has drawn attention to issues of domestic violence, early warning signs, and the devastating impact of intimate partner homicide. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, please reach out to local authorities or domestic violence support services. Help is available. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like these.